Good morning and welcome to January. Looks a little brighter out at 8, so that's good. We're happy about that. We have a very special episode. So as you can see, our money has gone up substantially, and that can only mean one thing. Now let me see if I can jump there real quick. Right here we are. Yes. So what I plan to do today, I want to do a little bit of renovations around here. Now, as you guys know, I have been promising a renovation for a while, and I think it is exactly the right time to do it. Especially with this little corner field not meaning much, I feel like we can do something real special, and so without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, so first thing we need to do, we need to go into construction. Alright, and we're gonna go straight into landscaping. You can see my little man there with his little red hat. Now you guys more or less have an idea where I'm at. And we're gonna go into painting. Oh, let's go and grab that gravel. And we're gonna make that square nice and big. So what I wanna do, and I'm gonna have to see if I can zoom out just ever so slightly. My controller is a little bit garbage by now, so you'll have to pardon me. Yes, that looks like the right color. So my plan right now is to more or less make a nice little gravel pad right about here. And we're gonna make it wrap around that shed. A little further. So this is gonna be a little time consuming, and I won't keep you guys watching the whole thing because yeah, it's not that exciting. Now that I've got a little bit of an outline of what I want, all it takes now is just a little bit of filling in, and then we can get started with the actual build. So now you can see I have a nice little pad. I should have lots of room to drive around here. Actually, before we get into the paint, why don't we grab some grass? Oh, that's maybe just a tad too big. And looks like I can't even paint that. That's funny. If I go bigger, I won't be able to either. Oh, there we are. Looks like some of it is off to one side, and therefore I can't paint. Oh well, I can deal with this field later. The important part is that we're able to block off the field from going too far onto our gravel pad. So I will touch up all of this later. So my first order of business is to go into production, and we want to go under, I believe it's called factories, and there's a nice little mod that I want to get called a TMR station. So very, very simple and straightforward. You fill in at the front where the 3 bunkers are, and later you fill your wagon at that overhead chute. Seems very straightforward, doesn't it? Now why would I want this? Very simple. This here will help ease, well, make it a lot easier for us to do all of our feeding. And so I think this is a good place for it right here. There we are. So we're going to jump down, and we're going to have us a little look and see what we got going on. Now this again is why I kept all this straw here as well. You'll see in a minute exactly what I mean. So we can dump here, obviously. And yeah, we put our grass here. We put silage there, or sorry, silage here, and then straw here. And it all gets churned up into this little shed, and then it gets poured out of here. And this is where our little feed wagon is going to be. And to start this up, what we need to do, we need to go to manage production, and we can activate. So it looks like we'll need mineral feed, we'll need some straw, some hay, and silage. Lucky us, we have all of those things. Right here off to this side is where all the minerals are going to go into. And now this thing is running. We can take these bales, we can chuck them into here. We can take the loose stuff, we can chuck them in. Whatever we need doing. So that's good. That is one phase of what we are going to do. Now, because this wasn't enough, we need to do a little more. And let me show you what I got. So there is literally tons of sheds I could choose from. And all of them are good sheds. But I saw a shed that I really liked. And yeah, I really do like these Quonsets. But that is not the one I'm going for today. So let me see if I can find this real quick. I thought it was really nice. This one right here, the open hall red. This thing is huge. Like, just look at this thing. But we can fit so much equipment into here. And this is what I want for our farmyard as well. And they're only $6,000 a piece, right? Well, give or take a few. So I'm wondering if we can't have our equipment all parked into here. It should make things just a little bit nicer, a little bit neater. We're going to leave some room so combines and whatnot can turn. How about right about there? And I don't know if I'll need a second one. I guess we'll kind of play that one by ear, right? We could take the tractor and start to push a few of these implements in there. And we could see how much room. But let's just do a quick count here. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 slots available. All of them for decent size wagon or what have you. And so what do we all need? We have, well, this auger wagon goes in there for sure. It's 1. We'll do this wagon 2, this wagon 3, that wagon 4. Do the tractor as well as the T6. So that's already 6. We could do this guy right here. That's 7. And we still have some room for our front end equipment to be parked in there as well. So definitely a really good buy. And I think this is a nice looking shed, honestly. I love that it's red. Something about a red building just really makes me happy. I can't explain it, but it just is what it is. And I'm thinking of putting the exact same building on our farmyard once we have the money, if we get that far. But now, the piece de resistance, or so to speak. I have been eyeing up this field for a while, and I have been thinking of ways to make that useful. And so once again we go into construction, and now we're going to go to animals. And here's the big purchase. So we could grab this one, and this is the right barn for us. This one has the robot in it, the feeding robot, which is super cool. It's 722,000. But we can get this one with a robot, and it's only 575. And this one fits a lot more cows. This one fits 240 cows, whereas this one only fits 80 cows. So what a ripoff, eh? Alright, this thing takes a while to load, but once it gets there. So feast your eyes on that bad boy right there. That is beautiful. Now, which way would be the proper orientation? That is the next question. Because, yeah, that's going to be the backside most likely. And I really wish the menu could be blocked off a little bit or lowered so we could see a little better what's going on. But I think having it somewhere up like that would not hurt. I'm going to give it a little more room, just a tad. Let's say like so. Okay, so now that we have that, we can kind of take a look and see what we're dealing with here. So there's all your doors for purchasing. Once again, we can dump our straw, our grass, and our silage. And then we have a little cute little robot inside of that shed where my circle's pointed at currently. It'll do all the feeding for us, which is awesome. Plus we could have 240 cows. And here's where the manure all comes out of. Look at that. Could we wish for more? Hardly. And I think, once again, I'm going to just cover the rest of this field up with grass, just to touch things up. And I might even plant the rest of this field with grass, but plant it, not just paint it in. That way we can have a nice little pasture here where we can cut our grass and go from there. And so there you have it. Nicely graveled in around here. Nicely graveled in around here. And cleaned up around here. Added some grass. And all around here we have a nice little bit of grass as well. So that smooths everything out nicely. Alright, so now we have that done, and I see we still have a fair bit of money left. We're going to start to work on our home base. But first, I need to go park all of my tools into here. Well, there we have it. There's a nice little view into what we got done. All the equipment fits in there nice. Tractors both. Got our front end loader equipment here. Everything fit beautifully. There is a couple odds and ends over here that I might clean up. But what we need to do, we need to get going to the main yard. And I'm thinking I'm going to knock down both of these. And I'm going to add a red barn, much like the one we just put down, or a red shelter. And then same here. This unit right here, I'm not so sure about. I might just leave as is. But with more compartments being here, we could probably store these wagons underneath a little better. And then maybe leave these semi-trailers underneath the solar shed here. I think that's probably a good bet. Then they don't need to stand in the back here. And the tractor should probably theoretically have room. With the combine, I'm first going to test to make sure that I actually do have room to park the combine underneath one of those buildings, and that's probably first order of business here, is to just make sure that the combine will actually fit in between. Because if it doesn't, then I won't put a red building here, then I'll just leave these here as is. But we're definitely putting a red one here because this is all just tiny stuff, and yeah, it doesn't need to be here. We can upgrade to a nice red building. It may be narrow, but the combine does fit. So, if that's a affirmative, then I would say there's nothing holding us back from going and replacing that building as well. Make everything look more or less the same. So I guess to do that, we need to move all of our equipment out so that we can actually work on it. And nope, that guy's fine. There we are, there's another guy. Looks like I have a bucket left there. Hopefully that doesn't interfere with anything. And you, yeah, you need to move too. Oh, looks like I should probably move my grain cart out too. Well, there you can see it in all of its glory. So we have 3 extra large grain bins there. And we have these 2 nice long new sheds. That one there we said we were going to keep as is. I believe these other Meridian tanks, I'll probably get rid of these. And in the future, I'll probably get rid of these silos as well. But Not for now. For now, they'll stay where they are. Because, yeah, they have a certain aesthetic appeal to me. You know, where I live, you see a lot of these bins. I've worked with these bins, and yeah, there's something to them. But that being said, the reason why we're moving to the other grain bins, and I'm going to make my way over there right now, is that these have a dumping pit. So there you can see, here's where we load. See the little spout there. And then here's where we dump. So that should make things a fair bit easier. And then I'm going to put a nice little driveway in here yet too, just so that we can come off the road, dump, and then turn around and head straight back out again. Should make life a little bit easier, and those are massive bins compared to what those other bins that are currently on the yard. And this corner was always a bit of a pain in the butt anyway, so I'll probably end up filling this in nicely and landscaping it all in, and I'll show you guys what that looks like once I'm all done. And there we have it. Everything's parked in its place. Doesn't that look beautiful? Everything has a spot, and we still have some slots left. Obviously the semi-trailers need to be parked under here yet, which I'll get to. I'll get there, but yeah, it looks like everything finally has a spot, and there's still lots of room. We have room for another 2 tractors if need be, as well as the dump truck and its pup, if we ever do get another dump truck and pup, and I am hoping for one. But there you go. I think that should pretty well wrap up the episode, because I think we pretty much reached our budget there. We spent a good million and a bit on work in the yard and everything. So thank you very much for watching, everyone. Hopefully this was something different, something new, and most of all, hopefully something you guys did enjoy. If you did enjoy it though, then leave a like on the video. That would really help me. Thanks. And yeah, share it with your friends. Let's see what this year brings. I am itching and chomping at the bit to see what we can do this year. Field number 2 is definitely going to look a lot different this year, with all of this equipment and the granary and everything parked here. So there's going to be a lot of changes, but you know what? I'm happy. I'm very happy that we are making changes. And then the other yard way over there with the cattle, that all looks so promising. So yeah, stick around and let's see what we can do. And if you guys do want to find out first what happens, then a good way to do that is by subscribing, so that YouTube always lets you know whenever I post a new video. Alright, that's enough from me. You guys take care, and we'll hopefully see you in the next video.